So we have to start understanding what world we're in. If you're not buying Bitcoin, I don't know what to tell you. It is going to become the worldwide currency. It has moved faster and farther than any other currency that has been on the planet since money was used. Gold is now obsolete. Unless you're going to buy a gold Rolex or something like that, or some gold chains or a golden ankh or something like that. Yes, but gold as money is obsolete. I don't care if it's been used for 6,000 years. Cryptocurrency will rule very shortly. If you don't get some Bitcoin now, you will never be able to get Bitcoin. You won't be able to pay, you won't be able to buy 1/1000th of a Bitcoin. It'll be too much Federal Reserve notes while they're still around for you to be able to do it. So if you haven't put $500, $1,000 into Bitcoin and put it on a hard wallet, such as a Nano Ledger or a Trezor hard wallet where you have control of your funds, then you're just whistling in the park. You know how many bank runs that the United States have had in the years since the Federal Reserve in 1913 has been there. They just had the last one, of course, in 2008, and the banking systems were bailed out by the money from the American people. They ran out of money. They blew it all. They stole it all. Wells Fargo and Chase and Bank of America and all those different banks ran out of money because they ain't got none. They was bailed out on their creditors by the full faith and credit of the American people and their stupidity as far as financial goings on is unknowledgeable about what's going on. You need to buy you some Bitcoin. Buy at least a tenth of a Bitcoin. If you buy a tenth of a Bitcoin, you will be in the elite of the world. And you can do that now for about $500. It ain't no excuse. Between now and July 15th, you're gonna spend $5 on pop, going to the movies, seeing the end game of the Avengers, you know, because it's gonna take, if you take kids, it's gonna cost you $100 to go to the doggone movies instead of just getting a bootleg and bootlegging it, you know, getting it on one of them Fire Sticks or something like that. You can go spend $13 a piece for them to get in. If you buy popcorn is $10 for the big can. You know, a pop is $4.50. If you buy some zooms or whams, them $5. You do that 3 times between now and then, that's $300. That's not going into, you know, okay, well, I'm gonna buy this brand new car, or I'm gonna spend $5,000. Your car is still running, still good. It look a little raggedy. No, the girls don't whistle at it when you ride by, but you done saved up $4,000, $5,000 to get a new car so that the girls will whistle at you this summer. Let me tell you something. If you took that $5,000 and put it in Bitcoin, by next summer in 2020, you'd be able to buy a brand new car, cash, money. And if not that year, the next year, you got to look at saving. You got to look at putting some things away and put it away into cryptocurrencies, because that's what's going to be utilized. They're already using electronic money. Bitcoin is just permissionless. It is non-centralized. In other words, it's not held by the central bank. It's not held by your bank. It's not in your bank account where they can freeze their account when they do the run on the bank, like they're doing in Venezuela and other places around the world. When people go to get their money out the bank, the government then told the banks, don't let nobody get that money out the bank, and they push the ATM button so none of the ATMs work, and then they close the doors at the bank, and your money locked up in the bank, and you can't get it, and try to convert it to dollars and send it from Venezuela over to cousin Eddie, who's been staying in France for the last 10 years, and they're getting ready to take all the money. Let me send you this, hold on to it till I can get out the country, if you can get out the country. No, once you put it on your Ledger Nano S. It's your money. You own the seed keys. You hold the seed keys. It's your money. And then you can get it any place in the world. And people in the United States don't understand that. This is a worldwide phenomenon going on. They're holding it back. The news and things are holding back on what's going on with these cryptocurrencies in the United States because they letting the rich people get in and buy it all up at a very reasonable price. If you just look at something like XRP, which is Ripple, it's 30 cents right now, you know. But they letting all their friends get in. So then once all their friends get in, then they can release and let the price rise, the price rise, the price rise, the price rise, the price rise. And then they made billions and billions of dollars, and you standing around, the little poor person working at Ford, GM, and Chrysler, or at the local market or McDonald's and things like that. And when you could have took 3 or 4 checks and bought several thousand XRP, because XRP has been used by banks and institutions to move money around. If you want to send some money to somebody in England, and you go to doggone Western Union, you want to send $1,000, and it costs you $45 to $50 to send it. With XRP, you can send it immediately with XRP and get they get the money, and it costs you less than a penny. So what we need to do is start understanding what's going on with this new phenomena, because it's at the beginning of this. You can still get in. It's like buying Amazon at a nickel, Amazon stock at a nickel or 25 cents. And you buy 5,000 of them bad boys at 25 cents. And then when Amazon go from 25 cents to $253 per share, and you got 10,000 shares because you done bought them at a quarter, then that's how they make their money. That's how the rich folks making their money. That's why they're all buying into Bitcoin right now. The Rothschilds is buying into Bitcoin. The guy that started Twitter and Swift and all that kind of stuff, they buying into Bitcoin. Elon Musk said, oh, well, I only just got a couple of Bitcoin. Somebody gave it to me a couple of years ago. I only have a few. If all these millionaires and billionaires are buying in, and you as Kwame or Shasha or Eddie or Sam, and you only got a little bit of money, and you can buy in at the same price as the millionaires and billionaires, why ain't you getting in for money that you throw away? That's going to the restaurant money. That's going to see, you go see doggone Patti LaBelle, and it costs you $125 for a seat, when you can take that $125 and put it in to doggone some cryptocurrency, leave it in there and let it grow. Don't make no sense. 5G, Bitcoin, AI, it's all part of our world. We have to get into this technology. We have to understand this technology. And we have to understand the ancient.